Yo, 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 it's your boy, D-Star, coming to you live from the pad. About to give it to you raw, and I'm going to keep it 1,000. So, Lakers defeat the Cavaliers 94-83. Lonzo Ball scores his second Las Vegas Summer League triple-double. And he does it in the James Harden, the James Harden shoes. 16 points, 12 assists, 10 rebounds. Kyle Kuzma, 20 points. Vander Blue, aka Vander Glue, according to my man Urban Loves the Lakers, scored 18 points. The next Summer League game is Saturday against the Brooklyn Nets at 7 p.m. Should be interesting. Lakers advance. Lonzo Ball carried the team. I saw some ridiculous tweet talking about, oh, well, Lonzo needs to work on his conditioning. I'm like, dude, he just put up a triple-double, and he's playing both sides of the damn court. He's playing offense and defense, and also you see him pushing a fast break type of offense. That's why I put out a tweet saying that he could play under Paul Westhead, who was a coach that Magic played under, if you guys want to know your history. And Paul Westhead went on to coach the LMU team with Bo Kimball. And that was a team that were like, they had a 30 for 30 where the guy, Hank Gathers, had collapsed on the floor. So I think that Lonzo Ball could play under that type of offense. And it would be interesting to see Lonzo Ball playing under a Mike D'Antoni offense, which is crazy for me to say, considering our D'Antoni years. But he plays really hard. So I kind of was looking like, what the hell? What do you mean conditioning? And plus, I don't know how many minutes he was already playing. But as soon as he went out, the other team just kind of made their comeback. But that's another thing. I kind of renege on what I said earlier, where I was like, oh man, he needs to work on his defense. Yeah, of course he has to work on ball defense, but his defense is a lot better than in comparison to a lot of other rookies that are in the league, and in comparison to a lot of rookies who started the league and came into the league. Because on the ball, you're just going to get your work, especially if you're in the Western Conference. You're going to get some of this work trying to go against Chris Paul, and even Chris Paul gets shook up by Steph Curry. Remember when they had Steph Curry crossed over Chris Paul, and Chris Paul, they had him looking like he was playing Twister or something like that because he got crossed over so nasty. So even some of the elite defenders tend to get embarrassed from time to time. So it's not like it's not like he needs to have this A1 defense that nobody's ever seen before. If you look at his body language during the transition defense, his long arms, how he reaches out and to tip the passes, to try to go after the passes, these passes turn into those little tip passes turn into steals. His transition defense is incredible. After his teammate scores, it's almost like he's getting right back on defense to go after these passes. Just look at him, and then look on offense how he moves around when he passes the ball. He tries to space the floor and give everyone enough space so that way if they're getting double teamed, they can pass it to him. He has a high basketball IQ on offense and defense. So that's something I really, as I watch the games, I'm like, yeah, dude, this dude is really the real deal, man. And the only knock I had against him was he shoots too many threes sometimes, but these aren't just stupid shots. These are smart shots because he's open, but they're just not going in. So that's why I'm like, oh no, he should settle for a mid-range shot. But they're not dumb shots. They're actually smart shots that he's taking. So it's not that they're bad shots. It's just at times it can appear that he settles for those three-point shots, but they're not dumb shots at all. I find that Lonzo Ball is just a natural playmaker. I wouldn't say this guy's he's more than a great passer. Each game I see, I just get more hype, more excited, and the more pressure builds. So they were asking him about his shoes. What about your shoes, man? Why you got these shoes on and blah blah blah? He's like, look, I'm a big baller brand. I can wear as many shoes, whatever shoe I want to wear. It's all about independence. And sounds great, because I believe his father has said the same thing. His father is currently, I guess, doing some stuff with the AAU team that he has, and his father echoed the same sentiments, saying that when you're a big baller brand, you can wear whatever. It's all about independence. So I'm assuming that he's going to wear some Under Armour probably the next game or something like that. What I really think it's about is not really having enough shoes, because having your own shoes, you can't wear the same shoe every game. I mean, when you're playing in the NBA, you're going to need about 82 pairs of shoes. You don't want to wear the same shoes twice, or maybe at maximum two times. But I don't think that Big Baller Brand has enough shoe inventory for him to just be throwing on 82 different pairs of shoes. At least right now, until the checks start rolling in. Now, when the checks start rolling in, yeah, you might see more Big Baller Brand shoes, because I think it's important that he wears his shoe to kind of spread awareness of his shoe, and kids can see the shoe that he wears, rather than him wearing all of these different shoes for different companies. Now, it might be a marketing advertising to kind of like let the other companies know, hey, you guys can still get in on this Big Baller Brand. You guys could still be we can get a deal going, because he's going to need inventory. He's going to need distributors. He's going to need, for him to be on a major scale. That's why his shoes cost so much. For him to be on a major scale, he's going to have to get some. He's going to have to get some big name distributors, and that's where companies like Nike, Under Armour, and Adidas could come in. They can say, hey, we have the this and this and this and that, but you're going to have to, we could probably be business partners, especially if the Big Baller Brand turns out to be successful. But only time will tell. That's just something that I thought of, but I could be way off, because either way, I think it's very intelligent what they're doing. I like what they're doing. I support them. But if I had $495, I probably would want to go see Lonzo play live, other than buying his shoes. But that's besides the point. KCP, officially a Laker. He's now sporting D'Angelo Russell's number, which is number 1. Some D-Lo sexuals got upset. They were like, hey, that's too soon, man. But D-Lo's going to be fine. KCP got the tweet from LeBron James saying congratulations. Will he come to the Lakers? I don't know. But it just seems odd that he's flirting with the Lakers. So obvious that he's flirting with the Lakers. And I'm pretty sure he's doing it to kind of let Dan Gilbert know, look, we need to get this Melo done deal. I mean, Melo deal done. Melo done deal. We need to get this Melo deal done. And as far as everything I know, the Knicks have stalled on the talks between Houston and Cleveland. So I don't really know. I really don't know if he's going to come out here. But KCP is officially a Laker now. Signed on the dotted line, and also Caruso, he's officially a Laker too. I guess they agreed to the terms where it's going to be a two-way deal. Caruso will fluctuate between the G League and the Lakers, South Bay Lakers and the Los Angeles Lakers, and that's what it appears to be 2 years from all reports. First report came from Sportando. Sportando, they had broke the news. So we shall see, but I'm happy that happened. Rondo, he has some situation where he's flirting with the Pelicans. Don't know what the Lakers are quite doing with the backup point guard situation, if they're still pursuing the names that I had mentioned before, the Isaiah Cannons and the other names. Also, I wanted to mention something else. In a previous video, a gentleman made a comment and said, look, man, you're talking about Lonzo as a franchise player, because I had put up an old post of where Kobe had made a comment saying that the next franchise player is going to have to take the torch and nobody's going to hand it to him. And he's absolutely right. I kind of just glossed over Brandon Ingram. And Brandon Ingram, I feel, is the next franchise player for the Lakers. It's kind of like a situation where two franchise players happen to play on the same team. Kind of what happened with KD and Russell Westbrook, where you had one player come in the first year and then right after that player, you had another franchise player come in. So it's kind of like the same thing with the Lakers, where you have just two great players come in at the same time. And yeah, absolutely, Brandon Ingram, I think, will be the best player on the Lakers this upcoming season. And I think that Lonzo Ball is going to have a great season as well. Will we make the playoffs? I don't know. I'm hoping that we can get somewhere around the 10th, around the part where we're like kind of the 10th seed, or where we get close to being near the 8th. Now, if you look at the Western Conference, it's stacked. I mean, everywhere from the Timberwolves to the Houston Rockets to anywhere, everywhere you point, with the exception of the Clippers, who I don't really think they're gonna. I still in my mind believe that the Clippers will make it to the playoffs. But you have all these other teams. Dennis Smith Jr. is a hell of a rookie. He's making a lot of great highlight plays. So it's going to be a race to that Rookie of the Year award. Still, in my mind, believe that Lonzo will get it because of his stats, his overwhelming stats, all-around stats. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. But I think that this year is going to be very stacked on the West Coast, and it's going to be very hard on the intra-conference matchups to kind of rack up those wins, because you're going to be going up against Houston. You're going to be going up against the San Antonio Spurs, who just recently got Tyson Chandler. You're going to be going up against all these teams. Now, the Jazz had got weaker. Some of the teams that were fighting for that 8th spot, like the Jazz, I believe the Jazz have gotten significantly weaker. They might get a first-round pick next year. I don't know how bad they're going to be, but, I mean, for sure, they're going to get a lottery pick next year. I mean, year after this one. So I'm trying to see where we can fit in. Skip Bayless believes that there's a possibility that the Lakers will make the playoffs. I somewhat believe it can, only if the Lakers can remain healthy and all cylinders are just properly lubricated and working. I mean, all the gears are just working properly. Lonzo Ball is having an awesome season. Ingram's having an awesome season. Everybody's having a decent season, and I think Lonzo is the type of player where he can make everybody score, because he doesn't really care about scoring as much as getting the ball to the open player. That's what he cares about. That's first and foremost. And I think everybody's going to love Lonzo because that's just his game. That's the way he plays. He's extremely unselfish, and he's going to go for the shots that make the most sense if he does have to take a shot. And that concludes the end of my video. It's your boy, D Star. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.